I started at zero once, and then I've lost everything twice. And so I have done that 3 times now, starting from zero without a reputation or money. And so what I did in all 3 times was the same thing, which was the first thing I did was I learned how to advertise, which is how do I let people know about the stuff I have. The second thing I did was that I went to people who had an existing business, and I said, hey, for as little money as possible, what would you do to fulfill your existing services? And then when someone, I would then use the advertising that I had. So at the time it was Facebook ads. I would run ads, and then I would sell those leads into that business based on the predetermined price. And so let's say it's a chiropractor, or for me, it was a gym. So I went to a gym owner. I said, what would you, take for a member? And they said, we would actually take them if you can just bring them, you can keep the money. We just want the customer for free. And so I said, okay, well, the first 6 weeks of the time that they spend money with you is mine. And then after that, they're all yours. And they said, that's fair. And so then I just spent money and I sold into someone else's business, and I kept everything above the spread, which since the basis was zero, I kept all of the money and I had zero cost of delivery. So literally it was just cash collected minus CAC, all of that was profit. And so when I started over from zero, the third time, I was able to make $100,000 in the first month when I needed it.
Because you had that skill of advertising.
Yes. And so when we say invest in yourself, it's just it's a very amorphous term, but fundamentally you have to learn the skills of generating money. And so you're going to have some level of promotion. You have to let people know about your stuff, which is either going to be through content, through paid ads, through outreach, right? Or it's going to be through affiliates. So somebody already has an audience you negotiate some sort of thing with. Honestly, so many businesses, you can go to a chiropractor and say, hey, how little will you do 10 sessions for? And you'd be amazed. If I say, hey, I can bring you 100 people, how little can you do 10 sessions for? They might say $20 a session. Now I might sell it for 200, but that's on me. And I make my 90% spread and I don't have to do anything. I just have to promote and sell.